Hey everyone, it's Ben. Wait, hang on, let me cue up some upbeat music. Because we're covering something big, and tucked into it is an exclusive announcement. Something you need to be a part of, coming right up. Let me say that first, this is the casual kickoff to Season 7, with some really fun and really insightful conversations. You know, the scientists know a lot more about Tourette syndrome than some people in the community might be aware. The community itself is way more diverse than some people might be aware. And if you didn't know that, you're not alone. New people are getting diagnosed all the time. There's 1 million of us Touretters out there in the US by itself. A lot are undiagnosed, not to mention the rest of the world. And you might be brand new to the podcast. Welcome. Tourette's podcast is where you can hear authentic, freewheeling, unscripted, off-the-cuff conversations between two people with Tourette syndrome, being myself and a weekly guest from somewhere around the world. We've got listeners now on every populated continent, besides the people working on the science spaces in Antarctica. I would love to learn that I'm wrong about that, but the awareness is wide and evolving all the time. And that's what this episode right here is all about. First, to tell you that the season's weekly episodes are coming very, very soon. So pumped on who we've got lined up. Really great conversations, really insightful, including, I think, a very special voice from the past, and some new angles on really how we go about this. Tourette Awareness Month is coming right up, and that's the trigger for this mini episode right here. With an exclusive announcement, we're going to bring somebody on to talk about how we can celebrate May 15th through June 15th. All right, so everybody, I want to introduce you, if you don't already know her. This is a friend and a colleague. She works at the Tourette Association of America. Her name is Meghan Burns. Meghan, say hello.
Hi, everybody.
I figured this was a good time to catch up with you because we're getting into the month of May. And that's significant because this is typically the time of year at the Tourette Association where there's not much going on, there's lots of downtime, and you guys can take your vacations and catch up on pet projects and so on, unless there's something I'm forgetting.
Yeah, just a little bit. So it's actually a powerhouse time for the Tourette community, for the Tourette Association. There's so many things coming down the pike that we can all look forward to.
So I was wrong.
Namely, we have our Tourette conference coming up, which is on May 14th through May 16th.
That's right.
Yes. So while we're taking our vacations, we can do conference from the beach.
Nice. Yeah. So this all, coincides nicely with the start of Tourette Awareness Month, which, runs May 15th through June 15th, and the big annual conference coming right up. So we should talk about this.
Yes.
So if you would, how about you fill in the blank for me? The Tourette Association of America's 2021 virtual conference is all about blank. What's it all about?
It's all about working together and living better. So if anyone listening was part of our programming last year, so we had to go virtual because of COVID-19, we mobilized and put together 18 programs that was a starting point to connect our community. In 2021, we still weren't able to convene in person, so we had to go virtual again. And we took a look at last year and we elevated it to a place where we're looking at how can we connect the community while being apart, and how can we offer everyone in our community and beyond. This is not just for the Tourette community. There's something that everyone can take away.
I'm online right now looking at touretteconference.org. And I like how if you click the menu link for the session descriptions for the conference, you get these really easy organized buttons that you can click so you can see the programming that most directly relates to you. So there's a button that says adult.
Yeah, we broke it out by adult, child, teen, parent or caregiver, educator, or medical professional. So that way there's something for everybody. Yeah.
And, right off the bat, this conference has a really wide audience. Off the bat, I see a session for kids that I'm all about. And it looks like you've already got a full house for it, expressing TS through art. And you can join a waiting list, it looks like, but there's plenty of programming to get in on with no waiting list. What are some of the bits and pieces that people can look forward to?
Yeah, actually, so some of the connectivity moments, a lot of the youth programming and some of the support groups we're offering have a capped number of sessions. So they are accepting waiting lists currently. Some of the sessions that people can really look forward to would be understanding oppositional behavior. So Dr. Ross Green, who's also one of our keynotes, he's really well sought out after. He's going to be running a huge session about a compassionate approach to understanding different ways to treat children with social and emotional and behavioral challenges. So that's a really good one.
That's great, because I love Dr. Green, and he's no slouch. I mean, he's a really accomplished person.
He's definitely bringing a lot of people into the conference, so we're excited about that.
He's got several books, and he's had a lot of national television and radio appearances, newspaper spots, and
no, it's exciting. And the conference is free, so that's obviously crucial to people attending. So anyone who's listening can come in and register for free. But the cool part is we're offering continuing education credits. Those are at an additional fee, but there's really a robust set of programming that sits under that. So anyone who's an educator or a medical professional that's listening can come in and take part in these continuing education credits as part of their resume. They can really add on a new skill set by coming to the conference too.
Just the fact that you can join this virtually, like people have been able to with recent Tourette events, like the Advocacy Day kickoff, and what else? There was the Teen Summit, the gala before that.
I think everyone at the Tourette Association can say we are so deeply looking forward to getting back in the room with everybody. But in absence of that, this is obviously the next best thing, because everybody can attend. There are no barriers. There's absolutely no reason why everyone shouldn't be taking advantage of this. There's over 56 free programs from youth through adult, parent, caregiver, again, medical professional, educator. Really, there's something for everyone, truly.
And I'm going to play my facetious part again and say I'm a little nervous because there's a button with my name on it. And I'm going to click it. And it says Friday, May 14th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The conference launch will be opened by Amanda Talty, TAA President and CEO. To kick off the weekend's events, after Amanda, Ben Brown, host of Tourette's podcast, will host an incredible panel discussion joined by A.D. Smith and Brittany Wolf. So
what? That's going to be amazing.
I'm excited to learn about this. They're two of my favorites. A.D. Smith, host of The Three Drinkers on Amazon Prime, really gregarious, just very infectious personality. And Brittany Wolf, another big voice in the Tourette community, who was an early inspiration and supporter of Tourette's podcast. So yeah, this is going to be fun.
It is going to be fun. And it's going to kick off the whole weekend's worth of events. There's some things happening before that, like we have our research symposium and other key programming. But your session really is going to be the launching off point for an amazing set of programs for the weekend's events. Plus, we just got this just in. Musical performance, which is yet to be announced anywhere. So you're getting this hot off press, is going to be with Annalie List from this season of American Idol. And
she's great.
Yeah, and James Durbin is going to join her, and they're going to do a duet, and they're going to do 2 individual songs on their own. So it's going to be an amazing musical performance. So that's literally hot off the press.
Oh, this is great. That's the other thing too. I mean, sometimes you go to conferences and they're kind of stuffy, maybe a bit, especially when it involves sometimes with a sensitive population, so to speak, can kind of come off a little bit serious at times. And this doesn't feel like that. I mean, this feels like there really is something for everybody, and all moods are getting covered, from the serious science stuff to, discussions about struggles that we absolutely go through. But then there's, there's like celebration and all of that too. I mean, it's really going to be a really well-rounded event. Yeah,
it was really important that we made sure that this event, one, had something for everyone, and two, to your point, was really a celebration. Like, I think this is a place where we can learn, connect, engage, discover new strategies. There's going to be opportunity for breakout sessions and connecting with other like-minded people of your age, of your demographics, really just a time to soak in sort of everything and connect with the Tourette community. So how do people register, learn more, all that stuff? Yep, TouretteConference.org. They can go to TouretteConference.org. They can go to Tourette.org. It's super simple. You register once, and then you get an email allowing you to basically build your schedule. with all of the 3-day events. So TouretteConference.org, that's the place to go.
Awesome. So May 14th through May 16th, and this overlaps with the start of Tourette Awareness Month. Anything else on the horizon with Awareness Month? Anything planned?
Yeah, so some exciting things for Awareness Month is we just got done with a collaboration with the Italian Association. So everyone can look forward to that. If you go to tourette.org/awareness, you can watch the PSA that was created. We're going to be sharing that out, and we're going to try to connect with different organizations to help us share that out. But if you visit tourette.org/awareness, there are a ton of really fun and engaging posts that everyone can download and share to help raise awareness. There's a ton of other events happening throughout the month, different programs that are going to be free. There's an opportunity to host fundraisers and to share your story. That's really the heart of this month, is to capture everyone's story, to showcase that we are all working together on this journey to raise Tourette awareness, but even bigger, that we're not alone on this journey. So if you have time, go check it all out. Again, that's tourette.org/awareness.
So I'm looking at this page now, and this video you shared with me from the Italian Association for Tourette Syndrome. And I love this video because it's so good. It's so good. It's not just some sort of like kind of feel good fluff type thing. It's really sincere, and it's really well produced, and it communicates the message in a really, I think, just sincere, relatable way.
It really does. I think I mean, for as long as I've been here, we've talked about doing something like this, and they just hit the nail on the head. And honestly, they were so kind and gracious to share the creative with us. And we just want this to go far, because to your point, we think it really captures in 30 seconds what, just a snippet of what the community can go through.
Yeah. And, and again, that's in Italy. So this kind of goes back to your point about just the size of this community. Even in the United States, I mean, you've got, like 1 million people. Yeah. And if you take it around the globe, people who have, obviously different walks of life, but very, very remarkably similar experiences. And we talk about that on Tourette's podcast a lot with people, in different countries. So just that commonality is really there, and it's really empowering to know that there's that common denominator of like, we share this experience, but putting us all together, we kind of see the positives in it as well. And
Absolutely.
I think that's a big part of awareness.
Yes, I totally agree.
Where else can people go to learn more about the Tourette Association in general, support, see continuing programming and all that? Yeah,
so we have, so obviously everyone who's listening can visit tourette.org for just a starting point. But if you're in need of resources, you can go to tourette.org/resources. We have a library there of toolkits that you can download, from educating your doctors, educating school professionals. It goes as far as different questions you can ask when you're going to the doctor, and so on and so forth. But we have a ton of downloadable resources that you can have in your pocket, so that way you're well equipped to talk about the condition and learn more and just feel like you're supported.
And Espanol as well.
Yes. And we actually have, most of our resources are not just in Spanish, but we have some different dialects of Mandarin and Chinese. I think we have some in Italian and so on. So yeah, there's a number of languages that are represented.
Well, this is great. I mean, this I think gives everybody enough for people who may be new to Tourette and are trying to learn more, and they want to learn more about community. I mean, this is such a great hub. It's so accessible at tourette.org, and with the conference coming up, obviously really accessible and something for everybody. So yeah, Meghan, I really appreciate you setting me straight on the fact that you guys aren't in a period of downtime right now.
No downtime at all.
And with that, I'll say again that the season 7 episodes that I can't wait for you to hear are coming very soon. Questions, comments, voice memos, revelations, anything. Send them to me at tourettespodcast@gmail.com. Let me know what you're working on. A lot of people send me what they're creating. I mean, obviously creativity is a huge part of the Tourette community. And season 7 means, of course, that we've got 6 robust previous seasons that you can dig through if you're new to the podcast or new to Tourette syndrome. A lot's changed since we started this more than 3 years ago in my personal life, and with my outlook and how I address things and my comfort level living with Tourette syndrome openly, mental health. And I can trace pretty much all of this to the podcast. And I get correspondence all the time from people who say similar things about the break in that sense of isolation that can really grip individual Touretters who didn't know they had a community that they had so much in common with. Often in a pretty surprising way. Anyway, big back catalog of episodes at tourettespodcast.com and at geeksrising.com. Geeks Rising is the network that carries Tourette's Podcast to a big general audience. Tourette's Podcast is once again made possible with the continuing support of the Tourette Association of America, our primary sponsor, online at tourette.org, and the individual contributions that you give at patreon.com/tourettespodcast. Everyone who donates I consider an executive producer, and I'll announce your name on the show. Shout out to Jerry Gidner, one of the ones I talk to pretty frequently. He's heavily involved with the Tourette Association. Again, tourettespodcast@gmail.com, or use the contact form at tourettespodcast.com to get up with me, and register for the 2021 virtual conference at touretteconference.org. We'll talk very soon. This is Ben.